Botswana, small town little league player Pop Warner. Rock corners with hot blocks that's drug infested. Supply suppliers, my money say thug invested. No disrespect to Duck Down Records.
Sean had to reinvent himself, and I'll give him a lot of the credit for, this has been a work in progress since I would say all the way back from 2001, 2002, when Duck Down, we actually lost our distribution deal for a few years. We were going through a company that some of you might remember, Priority Records, and they folded into a company called Capitol. And at that time, we didn't have a distribution or a home for Duck Down. So we went back to the drawing board of just putting out vinyl singles and one record at a time. And Sean, right at that point, he started doing it with us. Like, we put out this record called Don't Say Shit to Ruck, and then we made a record for Grand Theft Auto, Rising to the Top. And these records just started catching the fan base, and they started catching people's attention. And he started doing a ton of features. Like, he would come to me every month or so, or whatever. It felt like every week he would come to me and say, I'm doing this song with Jedi Mind Tricks, or I'm doing a song with Ill Bill, or just, different people that truthfully I wasn't even, I was aware of them, but I wasn't even really even knowing what they were up to. But Sean was in the middle of all that. And I think that he put himself out there, and that kind of, record after record of him doing it, people just started really seeing him as a solo MC, and, liking the type of content that he was coming with, which was that crazy, say anything type of hip hop. His rise kind of happened through this crazy era of the internet really exploding with visuals and music being placed everywhere. And that, of course, took it to a whole other level. So, he went through the whole 9 yards of it. I think sometimes that if you map it out, you have to have a plan. But I think that if you map it out too much, hey, these are the ingredients to bake this cake, and somehow we're in the music business, we're all we all know what the ingredients are, right? If it was you need to have your song on the internet, you need to have a video, you need to have a viral video, you need to have a single and some advertisements and banner ads, and just everyone knowing that formula, somehow, some way, it doesn't always work out the way you might plan it. So yeah, it's a yes and no. I don't think it's so easy as just to say, well, if you do these steps, you might have these results. I think there are a lot of intangibles in music, and because it is art, that you're always going to have the public's opinion and what they're really feeling and what they're not, and that's hard to predict. So each artist is unique, and it's hard to say what worked for one may not work for another, or what sets something off for one artist, it just might not translate to the next guy.
Hey.